What's up guys, before I get started with the video, I wanted to wish a really big happy birthday to my friend Chris, who is the latest member in our Force of Will team. I want to see how many happy birthdays we can get him, so if you guys see this, please leave a happy birthday comment for Chris in the comments below, or if you see it on Facebook, you can leave it there as well. I want to kind of surprise him, even though it won't really be a surprise if he sees this video, but I kind of want to see how much I can get. So with that all aside, I'm going to be doing my Jeanne deck profile. This deck actually is really well tested. My friend took it to a local tournament we had and got top 4, and we just kind of split for the price, and it's a really fun deck to use. The main combo in the deck is it's still Granny Bonsai attack related, but it works very differently in this deck as it would in any other deck, and I'll get to it when I explain it. But yeah, let me just show you guys the list. So for the magic stones, I have a Moojart, of course, to turn things into human. It's really good removal with Jeanne. Wind magic stone because I have Gretel's in here, and with Moojart I don't want to miss any more of my options, so I just run a plain magic stone of wind. 4 magic stone of deep woods, it's water green, and 4 magic stone of blasting waves, which is of course red green. For the resonators, I have 4 Cheshire cats and 4 familiar of holy wind. These are to dig through your deck as well as really viable targets for bonsai attack. Cheshire becomes a 700 beat stick with piercing, and familiar becomes 900. And then there's 4 Little Red, the Hope of Millennia. I know I've been kind of using this granny build a lot, but in this deck, like I said, it works very differently. The whole idea of it is, let me get to it actually in a bit. Let me do the 2 grannies first, and then the 4 Gretels, of course, to ramp. And then the last resonator is 3 Oz. So the idea of the deck is to, Oz of course searches Thunder or Inquisition, which I'll get to later. There's also a lot of side options you can get with Oz, and he's just great overall. He's kind of like a Carmilla in a way, the Queen of Vampires, because he costs 3, and then you grab Inquisition and that removes something, so that's pretty much removal for the cost of 4 on a body. So he's not as big as Carmilla, but it's still a really good play because you can also get Thunder for game. Oz has just been really good in the deck, but so the main combo with the deck is to get, let's say, a couple cats on the field, even if it's just 1 of each, Granny and Little Red. You swing with Little Red and you swing with Granny, and with Granny it's not more likely that it's going to die because its defense is so high, but they're most likely going to be trying to prevent as much damage as they can. So when they block Little Red, they take the piercing damage, she dies. They block the Gretel, they take the piercing damage, she dies. You just pretty much attack with all of your really buffed up low defense resonators, and when they die, they're humans, so the humans go to the graveyard, which makes Jeanne cost free. So what you do is, let's say you have Gretel, a Cheshire, Little Red, and Granny. You swing with all of those on turn 4 with Bonsai attack, well, turn 5 I guess, because you couldn't have tapped that turn, but if you ramped, it could be turn 4. So you swing with everything, and they block either Gretel or Little Red. Their resonator dies, your Gretel or Little Red dies. A human's been sent to the graveyard, you have Leviathan up, and then you can technically, because everything's going to die because of Bonsai attack anyway, you can tap the red sword, untap it by banishing something, tap the red sword, banish it by recover it by banishing something, and repeat that process to stack Leviathan a ton of times. And because they've already most likely blocked everything that had piercing and all that attack, thinking that that was your win condition with all the resonators, you then deactivate Jeanne and swing for like up to maybe even 3,000 damage. We've had it where she's been at 3,200 because we tapped the sword so many times by sacking all the resonators that we're going to die to Bonsai attack anyway. So you just swing with everything. If it's not enough damage, one of your humans is most likely to have blocked and died, and then you deactivate Jeanne and swing for like a ton of damage in its game. So for the spells, of course, I've already mentioned the 4 Leviathans. Like I said, this is insane. It can even also buff up her human destruction effect. I mean the target 500 on target human. If you make something like, let's say, a Gwyver into a human with Moojart during draw, you can now be doing up to 900 damage with just 2 taps of Leviathan to it. So that's a 2-shot. If you can even pump up more by sacking stuff, that you can 1-shot it. So it's extremely powerful, and Jeanne utilizes this really well. I mean, even mid-game, if you really need a beater and you want to deactivate, you can drop a Gretel, sack it for red sword, deactivate for free. That's insane to me. I mean, you don't even lose anything. So 4 Thunders, searchable by Oz. 4 Inquisitions, searchable by Oz. Really good removal in general. Only 2 Zeeks and 2 Cake Zones. I side 2 more of each against the longer control matchups. Also another Oz, because If you're going against something that is very controlled, it's sometimes hard to get this deck going because they either Zeeks or Cakes on your stuff first. And so I want to be able to have enough counters without worrying that they're going to negate all of my stuff first. And then 3 bonsai attacks. I was only going to run 2 because I had cats, and that's a lot of draw power, but I just feel comfortable knowing that if I open with one of this and I don't want it that early and I mulligan it, I'm not going to have to wait for one other copy in the deck. This way I know there's 2 more somewhere in there and I could dig it out pretty quickly. So for my side deck, I have an extra Oz, like I mentioned, really good against the control matchup. A Guardia, just also for the control matchup. I like being able to hit Mujar early because it's really good. Your control matchups normally don't have really an answer for your J rulers. If you're going against something that has a lot of counters, they can't really counter a J activate. So the quicker I get to Mujar and the quicker I feel comfortable J activating, it just feels a lot better in my opinion. 1 Lunia because it is there is 5 blues, but that's still kind of risky if you hit a lot of red, so I only ran 1 just in case. This is actually more for either if I go against Abdul or an actual Cthulhu deck where I wouldn't even need to use a Mujjar for, but it's really good against Abdul too. Susanoo, which works against dragons, and of course I have Mujjar if I need. And then I have a Rapid Decay, which can be searched with Oz, Duel of Truth, a Crime and Punishment, of course all searchable by Oz. Like I mentioned earlier, 2 more Zeeks, 2 more Cake Stones, 2 Purifying Flame against a Light Rush deck that has a lot of humans. This way you can get the 1000 damage and the 700 direct off, which is really great. And 2 of the Volcano for Vlad matchups. So thanks for watching, guys. If you guys do have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, make sure you do, because I have Kaguya's deck profile coming tomorrow, as well as finishing up all 5 of the remaining CMF rulers all of next week. And if you haven't wished Chris a happy birthday yet, please make sure to do in the comments below. I think it'll mean a lot to him, and I really want him to see how many people I can kind of accumulate with saying happy birthdays. And I'll catch you guys next time.